Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Access. In this module, I want to show you how you can create a parameter form to interrogate a table or query in Access. So first of all, I want to recap a parameter query. So I'm going to create a query, create query design, and then I'll do it on the customers table in this database, customers, and then I'll just bring all the fields down, drag and drop, get rid of this, don't need that. So a parameter query is where you come under the criteria line for the field that you want. So I'm under the city column. So you just use square brackets and you enter a prompt like that, those square brackets. So when you run this, it will ask you for the city. I type Leeds, and then it shows me all the customers from Leeds. The benefit of doing this, if I go back into it and run it again, I can type a different city, Newcastle, for example, and then it'll show me everybody from Newcastle. So that's what a parameter query is, but I want to do that through a form. So let me close this down. I'm not going to save it. So create form design. I don't need to attach it to any tables, but I do want to just make this screen a little bit bigger. What I want to do is use a combo box to look up a city. Now I have a table called cities, which I've just created, this one, which is just a table with a list of cities in it. I'll just open it. It's just got a list of cities like that. I'm going to use that as the criteria for my lookup. So if I close that down and come back onto form design, the controls area, and this is the control we need, combo box. Click on that, draws a rectangle, and there are two options. The top one is what I need. I'm going to look up a table. You could type it if you so wish, but I don't want to. Going next. Now I need to pick the table called cities, that one. You've got the option there of queries as well. Cities. So the other one below it is a lookup list. Cities there. Next. Knock it across. Next. I'm not going to sort it. I'll change the sort. Next. There's the list of cities. Next. And then you can just leave it as that, or you can change that label if you want. Finish. Now for this to work, I need to name this box. So at the moment, this combo box is just called that, combo, up here. So I've got the property sheet on from here. Let's take it off so you can see it coming back on. Property sheets, combo box. I'm going to call that CC. Just name it CC, nice and easy, like so. And then I need to save this form. So I'll save the form as FRM lookup. Okay, so that's all saved. Now I need to look at it, have a look, and select a city. Select a city. I'll go for Newcastle and leave this on the screen. Now I need to create a query that's going to look at this. So create query, query design, and I'm going to use the customers table. So I'll bring that in there, customers, and I'll add all the fields. Just drag and drop all the fields down there. And then I need to get under the city column on the criteria line, and I can either type this or I can use the builder. So the expression builder up there, click on that. You've got all your database elements here, so all loaded forms, and then I should see that form lookup. And what I need is the combo box name, which I called CC. So if I double click on that now, it'll put all the syntax in there for me, and that's what I want. That's correct. Click OK. So when I run this query now, it should look at that form, and whatever's on that form, it'll bring back the results. There we go, all the results for Newcastle. So if I go to the form and change that to something else, Leeds, when I go back into design on this and run it again, it now will show me just leads. And then what you can do is you can base a report on this query. If I save this query as QRY FRM lookup, I know what one it is. It's a lookup one. So I've saved that. Now I can create a report based on that. So create report. So I'll just go for the default report. Report, this first one. See what that looks like. It won't look great. There you go. Then I shall save that report. So I'll just save it. RPT in front of all of that. RPT report. Let's looking at that query. Clicking OK to that. Then I'm going to close that down. Then I'm going to close the query down. Now I want to create a command button on this form that's going to run that report. So let's have a look. So go back into design. Click the command button. Draw a small rectangle. So I want report operations. So report operations. And I want to preview the report. Go next. So report lookup is what I want, that one. Next, preview lookup. I'll call it lookup. And then next, and then finish. And then save this form. Have a look. So now what I've got there is leads. So I'll change this to something else. Sunderland, I think there's a Sunderland. And click this. And it should run the report and show me Sunderland. Now I should have put that to landscape, but never mind. Let me close that off and do a different city. Let's go back to one that's got lots of records, Newcastle. Click the button. It should show me all the records for Newcastle. It does. Close that off. So that's how you can create a parameter form where you're selecting an item from the list. Behind the scenes, a query is running and you've attached a button to run the report. Right, so there's nobody lives in that place, whatever I selected there. Nobody lives in Derby. So I've select Bradford, run. Only one person lives in Bradford there. Now you can do one on a query as well as a table. So if I close this one down and have a look at this query, sales record, if I just open that. So I can run one on somebody's name, surname. Let's have a look at doing that one. So where people have got like Anne Black, she's got more than one sales there, so I could use that one. Let's do that again just to get another go at it. So first off, you create a form design. You then do a combo box. You follow the wizard through and you pick what you want. So it's that one. So this time it's a query I want, and it's sales records. So coming down to sales details, sales records, that one. Follow that through. So I want surname first, and then first name, and then next. That should show you that information. Next, and then next, and then finish. So that's that through. Now you need to name this combo box. So I'll call this SS. You can give it a more descriptive name than that. Save the form as FRM lookup sales records, like that. Okay. And then view it and select a surname. So I'll go for I'm black because I mentioned it. So there it says black. So now you create a query, or you can use that query. Actually, I'll go and use this query. Go into design on it. Go into design on this query, and then under the surname criteria box there, you do the same thing. You go up to the builder, you find the form, all loaded forms. So you want this form, look up sales records, is there, and then you pick up the combo box, SS, double click on that, put it up there, click OK, and then run the query to see if it works. And there you go. So black, so you've got to be careful with that look because there's a Helen black as well. It's brought all the blacks. The principle is the same. You go to your form, you change somebody else's name, go for Jones, query, go back into design, run the query, and anybody called Jones, in fact there's only one person called Jones in this case, Dave Jones, and that's how it works. So that's how you create a parameter form. Then you obviously create your reports. Now just a little caveat about reports. When you do create reports, even though you've saved that query, you have to have some information to look at before you do the report, otherwise it just comes up with a blank report. It will work, but you might think you've done it wrong. So make sure you've got the form open, displaying somebody, in this case, and the query run, and then you can just create a report based on that, and it will show you that information, and thereafter everything will work fine. But that's all I want to talk about in this little video. Thanks for your time. I'll catch you in the next one.